I'm going to give a brief virtual tutorial of my Google Classroom. First and foremost, I selected a theme that kind of corresponds with the day and age we're in. I chose the computer background just because we are in a virtual world right now. I named the classroom Miss Scheller's class, so there's my name at the top. I just left it as homeroom, and then if we were in a classroom, I just randomly chose 316. So I'll just start from the bottom up. First, I shared an announcement with my class that just kind of introduces myself. I've included an image of my Bitmoji in a locker to just kind of give them a sense of who I am, some of my interests and hobbies. And this correlates to the first assignment that I've posted that I've named Introduce Yourself. And in this, I just gave instructions for them to be creative and create a virtual introduction of themselves and include some of their hobbies and favorite snacks, favorite books. All of that stuff is included in the instructions. And I've also included that it is 100 points and it's due February 5th. I also posed a question to my students, which is also due February 5th and worth 100 points. But this just asks them which of the 3 books that I've listed they would prefer to read as I first read aloud. And in relationship to that, I've also linked the YouTube trailers for each of the corresponding movies. So for example, if they just click on this, this is the trailer to the Matilda movie. So I've done that for Matilda, the Teledespero, and Charlotte's Web to kind of help them make a choice on that question. I have also included the material that I've named context clues. In this, I have incorporated a link to my Google Drive PowerPoint. So this comes to my Google Slides page and goes through a PowerPoint that I have created about context clues. So they have the instructions to go through and view the PowerPoint, listen to it as listed. I also have embedded a PDF into the Google Classroom as a mock schedule. If I were doing NTI, this might be a schedule that I would use, and I would want my students to have access to that. I also embedded a hyperlink to Edpuzzle, which is a technology source that I would probably use with my students and would want them to have access to. So I went ahead and put that in there. And then finally, I did go ahead and create a quiz because I have some experience in that. And so the quiz is worth 100 points due March 5th. And it just takes them to a Google form, which asks them to fill it out, and it will be pre-graded when they submit. So, and then finally, I added Mr. Thomas as a co-teacher. Obviously, I don't have students yet, but if I did, they would appear here. And so this is just my Google Classroom.